Constantine, I was describing for Scarlett and Stephanie earlier how there is an eerie, I describe it as an eerie sense of calm among the Greek people, but that's because they care about more or less one thing, being able to get cash, being able to buy things. It's a different story for business. Tell me.
Absolutely, and this circulation that you refer to, it's twofold. First of all, we have to understand that this withdrawal of deposits has been taking place over a long period of time, over the last 3.5 months. So it is understandable that we don't see long queues at the moment. But as far as business is concerned, it's a whole different story. And at the moment, businesses are suffering because although they can, through the electronic remittance system internally within the Greek frontiers, to be able to transact, as we know, the Greek economy is not a production-based economy, and therefore we are heavily reliant on imports. And at the moment, with the Target 2 European electronically transmission system being under, we cannot operate, and this is something that needs to be resolved as quickly as possible.
Is what you're telling me effectively that the Greek economy has been cut off from the global economy by these capital controls?
Well, if we strictly look at the
real economy.
The real economy. If we look at the electronic transmission system, which is extremely important parameter of our daily business life, I would say yes, this is true. But we feel that this will be rectified in the next 24 or 48 hours, in the sense that we first of all have to secure the requirements for basic food and also pharmaceuticals. These are two main categories that we need to secure.
So in other words, when you as the president of the Chamber of Commerce or individual companies go to the government and plead for the ability to pay for food and to pay for drugs, you believe that you will be given approval?
Well, we have their understanding, I'm sure, as far as government level is concerned, but this is more of a banking issue, and this is the reason why we will be meeting with the Central Bank of Greece, which is in direct open
You're
line.
meeting with the Central Bank of Greece?
We're meeting later on today. So they're on an open line with the ECB, the European Central Bank, and therefore, if the approval comes from the European Central Bank, then I think that for humanitarian reasons primarily, because we're talking about two basic categories, food and pharmaceuticals, and I'm sure we will have their understanding and their assistance.
Mohamed Al-Arian, among other people, puts the probability of a Greek exit from the Eurozone at 85%. Where would you put it?
I wouldn't like to put percentages. All I would like to state once again is that we still have time. We're at the 11th hour, and I think we still have time for the Greek government to sit round the negotiating table with our European partners and lenders so that we find a solution before Sunday, although I think it is becoming extremely difficult and improbable that we will have a referendum for practical reasons on Sunday.
Practical reasons? What do you mean by that?
Well, this is Monday. We're talking about 6 days away from the referendum, and we still haven't had the question from the government that is going to put forward to the Greek electorate. And I would say that it's at best very superficial, if not frivolous. However, it is becoming almost impossible for the ballot papers to be printed, cut, packaged and sent to all the ballot stations in Greece. So
it's a practical matter.
It's a practical matter, and I think that we should take advantage of it and once again try to come to a negotiation with our partners.
Constantine, thank you.
Right, thanks very much.
Scarlett, that is Constantine Michaelos. He is the president of the Athens Chamber of Commerce. His perspective there on the challenge of doing business under capital controls.